Daydreamer64 here, bringing you a Nintendo Switch game review video on Fire Emblem Three Houses. And so before I get into my review of this game, first thing I want to say is I've actually never played any Fire Emblem game before. I was never really interested in it. I've heard of it, but I had if you asked me what was Fire Emblem, I would be like, I have no idea. I just know they have swords. And so this is actually my first Fire Emblem game playing. And when I picked it up, I had no expectations for it. I mean, I saw some of the trailers for it. It looked pretty cool. But so I came into this game with no knowledge, no expectations, and I started about a week ago. And it's actually sold out in all my local GameStops and local shops that you can buy it. So it was actually pretty difficult for me to find. I just recently was able to get it just a week ago at a Best Buy. And so it's been sold out everywhere. And after playing it, for a couple weeks now, for almost 2 weeks now, I gotta say this game's really great. I mean, I am gonna put it up there as a Game of the Year candidate for the Nintendo Switch. And so it's just really great here. I mean, you start off as this professor, and he's kind of like the swordsman and things like that. And you pretty much are a university, and you get to choose 3 houses. There's 3 different types of houses. So it kind of reminds me of Harry Potter in a way. And each house has specific leaders and people in it. And then once you choose that house, you assemble with your little team. They're your students, and pretty much it's pretty cool because you can customize the students. You kind of have to build relationships with each of the students, and you can change their classes. They have magicians, swordsmen, bow people, attackers, people who do magic. It's a huge variety of things they can do. And you pretty much are just kind of going through a story, doing role play and things like that. And it's you're going through the story, and it gets kind of complex. It's definitely a long game, but it was easy for me to kind of understand. I love when you start battling people. It's like a game of chess, but it gets really intense. And one thing I would definitely recommend that I didn't know is I would definitely put the difficulty a little higher, because I think there's 3 difficulties, and I chose the beginner one, and the game got pretty easy, and you can't change it once you're playing in the game. And so I would recommend for anyone that's actually picking this game up to actually consider maybe boosting the difficulty as high as you can, because it gets pretty simple once you get into it. And I don't want someone to be I'm 10 hours in my save, and I don't want to start all over again just yet, because I'm really liking the game itself. But I would definitely recommend that for anyone that's picking up this game to consider, raising up the difficulty. And if it's too difficult at that point, then obviously you can actually change it down. I believe you can change the difficulty down, but you can't put it back up. And you're gonna spend a lot of hours playing this game. But overall, I give this game I give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's great. I'm still going through it, and so I can't give my complete reactions to it. There's no spoilers or anything like that in this video. But this is just my quick game review of Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is Daydreamer64. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more Nintendo content.